Okay, so you're going to take your glue and you're going to lightly just put a very small amount out. And what you can even do is kind of squeeze a little bit out and spread it around. You can also take a toothpick and use a toothpick. Don't put too much down because it will dry before you're done placing the stones, which isn't a big deal. Because if your glue does dry, all you need to do is just take some little tweezers or whatever. You can even take your nail and just scrape it up and peel it off. Because until it's fully cured in a couple days, it's not too impossible to get off if you really want to get it off. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pour your little packet into your little shaker tray and flip all your rhinestones over, and then look for the smallest rhinestones, which will be these ones, your SS3s, and we're going to take those and we're going to line the wings. So just take your wax pencil and sharpen it if you need to sharpen it, and you just take them and lightly press into the stone and place them in your glue. Don't smash them down in because then the wax pencil will pick it right back up. So just lightly place it in a line and just kind of, it's almost like painting by numbers or those little diamond painting kits. You just color it in with the stone color. We're just filling out the wings really quickly. If I were you, I'd probably just first do the wings, one line at a time with the glue. Don't try and put it all down at once, because this will take you longer than you'd think. Now there is a certain point where the stones kind of merge because they're so close together. So what you can do is just scooch this one down a little bit and it kind of becomes the line for both of them. And you can also take these off. And what you can do, take those off. What you can do is actually go in, put a little bit more glue back down. And you can go for a little bit bigger of a rhinestone, one that's big enough to cover both lines. And taper it to the point. Now we're going to go back and put these in. And you can totally use your wax pencil to move things around. You don't have to use one of these. These are made by a company. Okay. So then we're going to do the crown. And that takes 2 little SS3s. And just use your little wax pencil to kind of scooch it around. You can also use tweezers or a toothpick to kind of move them around. And then we're going to do the little ears. And you'll start to see that the glue's starting to dry, so it starts getting a little bit more translucent. And that's how you know you need to speed it up because it's getting close to being set up. Okay, and then we're going to take a kind of medium-sized one and place it right there. Okay, and some more SS3s. And basically all you do is fill in the bear with whatever size fits to fill it in. You just want to try and keep that outline nice. So we're going to go in with a little bit more glue. And every once in a while you'll get these little clogs. They're just dry glue. You just wipe them off. It's not a big deal. And this glue is completely non-toxic, so you don't have to worry about it getting on your hand. It's almost like It feels similar in texture to like an Elmer's glue. Let's get his little feet. And what we're going to be doing on his body is called a scatter fill, where we're just filling in the space with whatever size we need. Kind of like a sprinkling of different sizes. It's also called a sprinkle fill. Okay, so why don't we use this one right here? And it's okay if there's little spaces and gaps in between, because the paint that's underneath, you'll have the color stone that matches the paint underneath. And if it doesn't, you can always take a Sharpie or a marker, a paint pen, and fill it in underneath. You just color it in like you're coloring a coloring book and have it match your stones. Because that does a lot of the work for you when it comes to if there's a gap. Now we're just going to fill this in. Okay, so we've got the body done now, and now we're going to do the letters. Now try not to do too many letters at once, because you don't want it to dry. And the key is to find the size that fits in the letters without it going over the letter too much, so it stays kind of inside the lines. See, that one's a little big. It's okay, but it is a little bit big. So I will probably not use it there, and I will probably use it right there. it's a little bit big.